What's going on? Fireblade Pilot here. So in this video we're going to discuss whether it was worth buying the V4 Panigale Speciale. Hey guys, how's it going? Fireblade Pilot here. So as you saw in the intro, we're going to discuss my thoughts on whether spending nearly $40,000 on a motorcycle was worth it looking back on it. So I pretty much own this bike almost a year at this point. I purchased the bike last December. It was the end of December, like right after Christmas, so close enough, right? And actually the bike was located out in California, Santa Monica area specifically. But this used to be the owner of DucatiSpacers.com, the Ducati spacers that you put in your throttle spacers. Kevin, this was his bike, and he sold it. He put it on the market on consignment, and it was actually reviewed by Jared Campisi, a good buddy of mine I talk to every now and then on Instagram, etc. And at the time, you know, I owned a 1299 Panigale S, the 2017, and I loved that bike. Everything except the brutal heat. That thing would cook me like no tomorrow. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, but I have a beautiful Panigale, you know, the 1299S. It has everything you can want, all the bells and whistles. I did so many mods to that bike. Here's a link in the upper right, guys, that you can check out my my review on it, and also I'll throw up the link for all the mods I did to it. It was a pretty dang nice bike. And the current owner, he's down in Sarasota, living it up, loving it down here. It's actually chilly today. It's actually kind of cold. Never thought I'd see that again in Florida, right? It's like 73 degrees, sun's going down, so it's a beautiful day here. And then I go back to, you know, was it worth it? And at the time you get the big eyes and you see the review that Jared Campisi did, and I was like, that's the bike that I want. I mean, I've always loved the Speciale. I love the color scheme. The day it was released, and the Ducati, the motor show, the release show they do every year. This was back in late 2017. And you know, it was limited to 1,500 units, and it was gonna be tough to get one. And at the time, I couldn't justify spending, you know, 40K on a bike and already having a perfectly good 1299 Panigale S. But then the more and more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? This is a great deal. I mean, I saw how much Kevin took care of it. All the doodads and bits and extra carbon he added, just added the perfect touch to this thing. And of course, it already has the Akropovich exhaust already installed, which sounds amazing. Oh, I love it. It's so great. And this bike is so nimble and quick and fast. That I just got the big eyes and had to jump on it. So I did. And the bike took a long time to process and go through paperwork, etc., get shipped. It was okay because I was currently working out of country at the time. And it finally arrived somewhere in late February, mid-February, I believe. I don't know. Anyway, it was a happy day when it arrived. And, you know, so here I am looking back on it, reflecting, and was it worth it? Well, yes. In a general sense, there you go up front. I'll go into some specifics in case you were ever interested in purchasing a V4 Speciale. They're still out there. You can see them on Cycle Trader, and I believe I've seen one as low as like 28.5. I don't know if something's wrong with it or something, but they range all the way up to 40K. There's a couple that are still brand new that are actually floating around in showrooms. And you know, when Ducati released the new bodywork with the wings on the 2020 models and up on the Panigales, some people that waited or just couldn't get this bike, they decided, I'm just going to get that bike because it has the updated fairings. You know, it's got the wings, which I personally do not care for still to this day. They have not grown on me, everyone. That's hence why I still own this beautiful bike, right, without wings. In a previous video you may have seen, I discussed whether I should, you know, sell this and get the new Panigale V4 SP that's coming out in 2021. You know, it's all black. It's got the new bodywork with the wings and the shark fin gills or whatever on the right side. It's got the carbon wheels, but one thing it doesn't have, the Akropovich exhaust. I mean, you're talking $5 to $6 grand once you purchase and get it installed. Maybe a little higher than $6 grand, depending on labor in today's environment. You know, things are just backed up and parts are on back order and everything's behind and workers are getting laid off. So just a shout out to everyone. I hope you all are doing fine out there and everything. You know, it's been almost a year with everything going on, but we'll get through it. Oh, and now for the middle zoom brake right in the middle. Woo! All right. Nice and straight, no traffic, right? Anyways, guys, so looking back on it, it was a beautiful bike. It's limited edition. It's 215 of 1500. I loved it ever since the day it was first released at the Ducati show. I was like, you know what? It comes with the extra carbon bits. It's been taken care of immaculately, if that's a word, right? And it's got the exhaust. It's already installed. And it had, I believe, I don't know, right around 2,000 miles or so. So it's already broken. It had the first decimal service. It was the perfect deal in my lap and the opportunity. So I jumped on it, and I do not regret it because that $12.99 was like the devil's oven. Granted, it is still an amazing bike. It had a different kind of feel and power curve to it. It was just angry. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. The $12.99 is just an angry beast. This is more refined, more tuned. Of course, it's newer technology. What do you expect, right? But I absolutely love this bike. It's flickable. It's not hot at all. I mean, it does get hot. All Panigales get hot, but believe me, it is nothing close to that $12.99. It looks amazing. I get compliments everywhere I go, even if I don't want to be talked to that day. So I love it. I love the power. I love the handling. I love the brakes. I love everything about it, and it just looks wonderful. And you know, I've debated and hipped and hawed, should I sell it and perhaps get the new Beamer? I used to have a Beamer, if y'all didn't know, a 2014, all black. It looked amazing. But yeah, I absolutely love this bike. Looking back on it, reflecting, it was worth every penny, every dime I put into it, and I'm happy with it, and I plan on holding on to it for a long time. So at the end of the day, I'm ecstatic on keeping this bike, and I think I made the decision that was best for me not to sell this and pick up the new SP. Another thing is I believe they're already sold out on pre-order, so that's that in a nutshell. So with that, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're nearing 5,000 subs. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I do respond to all comments eventually, so if you got any questions, if you've ever thought about getting a V4 Speciale, or what's the biggest difference between that and the $12.99 or even the new V4s, comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you guys. And with that, we'll end this video on a good third gear pull, and I'll talk to y'all later.